The relatively new clubhouse at Santo da Serra perched high overlooking the course. On a lofty perch atop the leaderboard in the Madeira Island Open, Robert Jan Derksen from the Netherlands and Gary Orr from Scotland, two clear of Ireland's David Higgins, with holes running out.
Just one finish on the main European tour this season so far for Gary Orr. Tied 8th, a very good finish that was at the Carlsberg Malaysian Open, Kuala Lumpur in February. But here, a very different scene. A tad cooler up in the mountains of Madeira. Birdie chance at 15, so he'll stay at 12 under par.
Now Higgins has to forget that untidy bogey 6 on the previous hole. Hit a good putt, but he just bobbled early on and that took the pace out of it. Still, a 3 on 17, nothing to be sniffed at. Two short holes in the last 4 here, Kim, but neither of them are pushovers.
Yes, we had 2 short holes in a row last week in Portugal. McLardy at 15. Oh, go in. Great read, right to lefter, up to 10 under par. He's 1 under par for his round overall today.
€100,000 the first prize in this year's Madeira Island Open. And will this be a golden shot?
8 iron, 166 yards, stay up. How about that for a pin perched?
And that's one of the great defences of this golf course. Not the lengthiest layout by any means, but if you put the pins in certain positions, it can be devilish. And this time, Higgins using the contours to his advantage.
Yes, the pin there cut in the hollow in the middle of the 18th green. Now Gary Orr. Another birdie chance. Long range this time at the 16th. Very firm wrap. Oh, just ran out of pace. Tap in there, and he'll stay at 12 under par. In a share of the lead, remember.
And it's at times like this when his experience, and indeed that of Derksen, comes in so handy. Well, didn't spare the horses, gave the ball enough pace to go into the hole. It just died at the end. Still nothing decided.
A very good week's work for David Higgins, currently 5th in the Challenge Tour rankings. That's going to change. 69, 66, 74, and with that tap in, it'll be a 69 to finish. 278, 10 under par. Well done, David Higgins. See you on the main tour next year, perhaps.
Well, last year's 15th placed player on the Challenge Tour rankings at the end of the season was Oliver Wilson, and he banked throughout the entire season €56,000. So Higgins must be looking good. What we do know for certain already is that the Argentinian Rafael Gomez will be replaced at the top of the Challenge Tour rankings.
Quite unusual for a big man to have such a quick swing, but it works very well for Gary Orr. Awkward 2-level putt he's got there.
And talking of awkward, oh, tremendous. Big man Derksen had to bend low to get the ball, not the best of lies, and now a birdie chance.
Yes, it's a snake of a putt though. Here's another one for Gary Orr at 17. Can he force a birdie out of this par 3? Just bobbling a little in the middle of the run, but paid to it.
Now on the 18th. Derksen for a birdie, a round of 67, and to set a stern mark. What a finish. He did it in Dubai, he's done it here in Madeira.
That was a tough putt to read, Phil. Off the putting surface, just about, and great make.
So the final group coming to the 18th. It's been, well, not the day McLardy would have wanted, and the damage was done really on the front 9 bogeys at the 5th, the 7th and the 9th. As for Gary Orr, only a birdie will do to force a sudden death playoff.
Well, he's in a great drive here, so he's in the ideal position. Can he get it into the little hollow? Oh no. Tough call now.
Maybe caught between clubs there, Kim. Didn't seem to be that bad a strike.
Talking of calls, RJD, phone home.
Gary Orr needs to chip this one in to force the first playoff in the tournament's history.
Extraordinary. Must give it a chance. He hasn't done it. That's a real shame for Gary. Great finish for this man.
The celebrations begin, but there's work to do on the golf course. Much money still to be won.
Many ups and downs in his round today for Andrew McLardy. It was a big day for him, didn't quite come off, but nevertheless a very good week's work in Europe once again. 67, 71, 69 and 70 and 11 under par.
Now, a few moments ago we were saying that Gary Orr needed a birdie to force a playoff. He needs this to avoid falling into a share of second place. Sad finish, and that bogey has cost him around €15,000. Still though, both he and McLardy have qualified to play in next week's Spanish Open at San Roque.
Well, they say pressure is of your own making. It showed there perhaps for Gary Orr, and so it has for Kieran Sullivan. Not a good last round for him. 64 in round 1 led the way. 70 in round 2, 73 round 3. And par putt at the last, it's in, but it's a 75. 282 and 6 under par. Lives to fight another day though.
He does, but definitely not the day that Sullivan wanted or anticipated. But a glorious day for Derksen, who becomes the first player from the Netherlands to win more than one event on the European Tour. His two-shot victory from Orr and McLardy means an awful lot.
I really played well. I made a birdie in the end, and I had to wait more or less in the clubhouse to see if Gary Orr could match it. And he didn't, and it was a bit the same as last time with Ernie. He tried to make birdie, he didn't. And I felt as good as in Dubai, more or less. I mean, the first one is special, but I think when you've done it once, it's almost harder to do it again.
A masterstroke from the enthusiastic painter. Robert Jan Derksen completes a double Dutch success at the Madeira Island Open.